morning. Today is indeed a special day. It's Tuesday, and as we always know, Tuesday we are always lucky to have Ralph and Martin. Tuesday's your morning, huh?
Correct, yes.
It's always yours.
It was originally mine.
And it was yours, and then it's gone to Ralph. And also we've managed to hijack and force onto this side of the camera today, who is here, is our good friend Hafs. Hafs, I think you've seen, you said you've done a few of these before.
Yeah. Of course I have.
But when he came to see some watches, I think what's the right word? We
couldn't come to an agreement.
Yeah.
Yes, we came to an amicable agreement for him to do the live video.
Oh.
How are you guys?
Good.
Good.
Very good.
And actually, before we get on to the auction, I wanted to congratulate both Ralph and Martin on the launch of a new podcast, Loom Plotters.
Yes.
Congratulations, guys.
Thank you very much.
Congrats.
Amazing to see. You know, we've always said, I think, in this region, there's a gap when it comes to content in this region, and it's great to see passionate enthusiasts trying to fill in the gap.
The gap is, of course, we see tons of Instagram content, simple pictures and things like this, but not a lot of background information. And we feel like this is a good thing for us to have in the Middle East, Dubai specifically, to have this kind of higher level content, not just flashy pictures.
I was reading, I can't remember who said it, they were saying the other day about the challenge of this region is, yes, there's lots of watches, yes, there's lots of nice watches, but there's still that lack of community which you may get in the places like the States and the UK, and the content that comes from this region, from the community, is still fairly weak or poor compared to, let's say, other areas. So I think it's amazing. Can we say that this love relationship was born here
Definitely.
on this live little set that we have here, so that's great to see. So how many episodes have you done now, and what do we have to look forward to?
We are at 3, and I think we are recording today another one. So we will do a weekly update. So we have that. We will do collectors conversations as well, because we have so many people.
Today, actually, we're recording it today.
Exactly.
We just came back from Watches and Wonders.
Yeah.
Can I guess who it is?
You won't know.
I won't know.
Maybe.
Huh? Begins with R?
No.
All right.
A gentleman by the name of Mahmoud. He's a heavy hitter in terms of his collection. So he will be talking about what the experience was at Watches and Wonders.
Yeah. Exciting.
As well as I think he was a guest of Vashron.
Oh, wow.
That's the level of guy this is. So super cool.
Very, very cool.
That's what we're doing. And then, of course, we will do other field trips and other things that we will then also put on our podcast. So it will be quite interesting to see. Amazing,
exciting. You should definitely interview, get Hafs on.
For sure.
All the watches, all the collectible watches, all the hype watches before they became hype.
Saying that.
And then sold them all.
Before the hype.
Before the hype. All right, let's get on to the auction. Let's go. So this is auction number 19.
Yeah.
I think I've got my numbers right. 19 already, yeah. Actually, next month is our official 1-year anniversary for the auction. So auction number 19. This is day 3 of the auction. 44 watches on the auction. Ends on Saturday during Ramadan. Ends at 10 p.m. What do you guys think of the collection in this auction?
I really liked it. I have some very nice pieces in front of me that I was truly contemplating buying. I bid on 2 of them. So.
I bid this time.
Oh yeah.
On 2.
All right.
Which 2?
And you did it early, huh?
Right. Choices, right?
I don't want anybody to know about these 2. They're not.
No, I think you have some really, really good deals this time. It's amazing deals. I mean, there's always good deals, but this time there's a lot in the under 20,000 range, which is just fantastic.
There's a good range as well.
Yeah, lovely.
All right, good. Let's start off with the picks. So what we've asked Ralph, Martin, and Hafs is to choose their top 3 picks, and we've thrown in a bonus if we have time for it. So I'm going to let you guys go through your picks. Maybe we start off with Ralph, Martin, and then Hafs, and then go back the other way and choose from your top picks and tell us why.
Top picks here. This is Jaeger LeCoultre Master Compressor Dual Time. It's a fantastic watch. Lots of heritage. It's not anymore in production. It has these little, as you can see here, there's 2 hands. One can actually hide behind the other one when you don't need it. So you have a hidden GMT hand, more or less, or second time zone. It's not really GMT. And then an indicator of the time here as well, plus the date. And of course, this absolutely iconic master compressor case with this little golden plate in the back, indicating that it's done a 1,000-hour performance test at JLC before being shipped out. It became way more popular after it was discontinued, so it's a beautiful watch, and I just feel this is one of the nicest ones. It starts at about 16,000, I think, the auction, 15,900 or so. There's no bid yet, and I think that is something somebody needs to pick this up before I do.
All right, sticking with JLC. My first pick is also JLC. This is a beautiful Polaris. Zoom in. Two reasons I really like this watch. One, JLC, of course, this is kind of the reissue of the Polaris Divers line. It has a rotatable inside inner bezel, which is super cool. But what I really love about these JLC Polaris is this strap. It is such a cool little guilloche style rubber strap. I'm a huge fan of it. I personally am not a big fan of faux patina or aged loom, artificially aged loom, but JLC actually back in, I think it was like 2008, was one of the first watch companies to start this, and this was one of the original watches it was started on. So that gives a little bit of a history to the idea of the look of this watch, this faux aged patina as well. So super cool pick.
And this is the Polaris date, so not the self-winding, but the date. So yeah.
Yes.
So my pick, I mean, I wouldn't wear this myself because obviously as a Muslim, I believe gold is haram. We've discussed that as well before, but you know, no collection I think is complete without a Daytona. Stunning watch. I've got a stainless steel version, but I mean, this is great value. We were just discussing that the bid's starting at 99.
Yeah.
And this is a 2007 as well. So great watch.
Yeah.
So this is almost the current iteration with a new clasp, new bracelet, and it's a fantastic deal. I mean, you're paying almost that much for a steel version right now.
Absolutely, and I think this yellow gold from Rolex has a nice hue. It's not too yellowish. Yeah. It's actually a bit, you know,
and with the onyx dial,
it's really
nice. Absolutely stunning.
Yeah, it's lovely, lovely watch.
All right, let's see what I've got. I'm going to go for a special edition here. This is one of my favorites in the collection. I've been looking for one of these personally, but I have the same exact watch already. The Omega Speedmaster Professional. This is the Speedy Tuesday edition, the tribute to Alaska project. It's kind of the Panda, the iconic Panda dial. Full brushed is one of the differences. There's no polished edges anywhere on this watch, aside from the applied index at 12 o'clock. Comes with a beautiful set, a little leather bag, basically, matching to this leather strap. In addition, it comes with this black and white NATO strap, which also looks fantastic. It is such a stunner, currently trading around 50,000 dirhams. And this one's on here for 29 and no bids.
And if you're after like a collectible Speedmaster, I mean, that is one of the ones to go for. Yeah. I was considering one of these before as well. Yeah. You know, but
it was hard to get. You could not get them. And
they sold out quite quickly as well.
And this is the full set, right?
Full set, box, papers, everything. The
extra straps and all of these things.
It's pre-owned, but it's in great condition.
Though. Oh yeah. You don't see any. Yeah, a bit of tiny bit of use. So perfect.
Beautiful
watch. All right. Next. You don't want a Rolex Submariner. You go Seamaster 300 meter diver. Current model. Ceramic bezel, a beautiful movement, 8,008, is it the 8,800, 8,900? I don't know exactly. With 55 hours of power reserve, completely anti-magnetic to 15,000 gauss. You have a helium escape valve if you're a saturation driver. Nobody really needs that, but you know, don't let the helium escape. Put it back in afterwards. It's a joke. It's a joke. Yeah. You don't need to worry about that. You have a beautiful clasp as well with an extra diver's adjustment. It's a lovely piece, has everything you really need on it, and it's a very solid piece. Also the ceramic dial, when you see that play in the light, especially in the sun, it's just a beautiful piece. So for the price, again, this starts at 8,700 or something on the auction. So even including the buyer's fee, it's just a stellar deal. These go now at the moment, retail is about 24 ish, so or more, right? I'm around this price on bracelet. Lovely watch, and it's blue, so you have something nice.
So my next pick would be this Tudor. It's Black Bay, isn't it?
Black Bay
Pro.
Yeah, Black Bay Pro, yes. Now, the reason why I've chosen this one is because I've always enjoyed the vintage Rolexes, and there was one that I did try to get, which was the Explorer, the Steve McQueen Association one. And at the time when I was looking, this was about 10 years ago, they were trading at around about, let's say 50, 60,000 dirhams. And then they just shot up, really good examples. So if you're wanting something that's kind of cheap and cheerful, but quality, this would be the one for me. It's got that really gorgeous sporty look, vintagey look as well. I agree with Martin where I don't really enjoy the faux patina, but I think on this piece, it does justice to it.
Sometimes it's done well.
Yeah,
and you have to
it's done well with this.
Yeah.
And some really want to do it as a faux patina, and some just like cream as a color.
Yeah,
so
it's true.
It's not really necessarily the intention to have a fauxtina, but sometimes it's just
All right. Sticking with Tudors, I have in front of me. I'm gonna bring my bonus pick in here as well because they're very similar. But this is a Tudor Pelagos FXD full titanium case, massive 42 millimeter diameter. It's a big boy, but it is fairly svelte. It is thin, and this is actually a fantastic piece designed by, in conjunction, Tudor x Marine Nationale, the French divers, and they are. This is basically the out and out definition of a tool watch. And in my other hand here, I have a vintage Tudor Submariner. And this is kind of the evolution. The Pelagos today is what this Tudor Submariner was 20, 30 years ago. So this one I think is around 90s, mid 90s. But they've been altered very minimally over the last 50 or so years. So super cool watches, both of them.
And what is so special about the Marine Nationale Corporation?
Oh yes, that's right. Actually, I didn't mention the Marine Nationale. So this is a reissue of an original version of the Tudor Submariner called the Snowflake dial, which was the same blue color, the same snowflake square indices in the square hour hand, and it was issued to the French divers. And military watches.
Well, one special thing that you see is here that the bezel is a countdown bezel.
Yes,
and not a normal.
So this is a normal diver's bezel, which is a count up.
Yeah. So you see what time is passed. Here you measure how much time passed, and here you actually see how much you put it in a way that you want to count down.
Yeah, so it's count up, count down. And this is a fully loomed bidirectional ceramic bezel as well.
And I think from that, you can't put a bracelet, can you?
No.
It's always NATO.
I can show you this real fast. This is what's really special about this, is that you cannot, in fact, put a strap or anything aside from a NATO on here. Yeah. It has what we call fixed lugs. Yeah. So if you look here, there's literally nothing.
There's no spring bars.
Spring bars that you can put on here.
The entire case is fixed.
Only pass-through straps.
Which is why it is called Pelagos FXD, for fixed.
Correct.
Fixed lugs, yeah.
Exactly.
All right. Staying with the divers.
We have divers today, right?
These segues today. Yeah, actually, we have a lot of divers. It's an Officine Panerai submersible, and it's in a very nice shape. Case size, not too big, very easily variable, and it's of course one of the three lines: the Radiomir, the Luminor, and here the submersible. As the traditional diver, here you really have lots of water resistant that sometimes is lacking with the more modern ones that you see in the recent times. You have this iconic crown protector, the locking mechanism here. Then of course the running seconds and the date. And it's a beautiful watch coming on this rubber strap, but as all Panerais strap monsters, you can fix anything on it. If you don't want to go diving, put a nice leather strap on it and you have a completely different watch. I really like the blue accents there. Starts at 16,000 as well. It's a stonking deal. And it's lovely.
This is like the out and out tool watch. Yeah. This is the Pelagos FXD from Panerai, essentially.
And you see here these little holes here. That means you have a small tool in the box. You just punch in there with a small little plastic tool, and then you can easily remove the spring bar out of the case. So it's super easy without any other tools than that to remove and change your straps. So it's really something that Panerai encourages you to do. So you have nice variety. And my bonus pick, this Hodinkee Timex Q, 490 dirhams, cheapest watch on auction. So it's a nice little pickup, either for your kids, for yourself if you like it, or for your wife if she likes something like that. It's a limited edition from Hodinkee. Has 4 lume plots, maybe not. At least they're more or less in dial color. Nice red second hand and very easy to read. So it's a lovely watch as well. 490 dirhams. That was my bonus pick.
Yeah, and then my final pick would be the Royal Oak AP. Used to have one of these in black dial. I'm after one of these again. Might end up bidding on this. I mean, I don't know what to say except I've chosen this purely because of the looks of it, not because of any hype or anything else. I mean, as Khaled said at the start of the show, I'm blessed to have had a range of different watches before the hype, and this is certainly one of the pieces that I do miss. It's just a classic.
How long ago was it when you had one?
7 years ago, I think it was. So literally just before.
It was still discontinued back then, right? This got discontinued a while back.
Yes, I think I had picked it up second hand. It was very rare that I'd pick up a watch brand new anyway. It was always on the pre-owned market. As a Scotsman, I like to try and save money, So, but honestly, like this is starting at 75k, isn't it?
Yes.
I think in the bids. This is great value for. I mean, if you end up winning that bid at 75k,
especially
which
when
unlikely,
you bear in mind where it peaked at last year.
Yeah, 120
Crazy.
easy plus.
Peaked last year.
Peak was 250 or something.
more.
200
Over
something.
200.
Yeah.
200, yeah.
So great piece, and this is kind of like, I think this would be an excellent gift for your wife or
Yourself.
your partner.
Sorry, from
Maybe not yourself,
from
not
the
yourself,
wife
but
to the wife.
No, from yourself to the wife or something.
All right.
I could imagine that being on her wrist,
Check
But 39 works well for me.
Yeah, but it's also because it's white dial as well. Do you want me to show you
Bonus.
my bonus pick? So it's the Moon Swatch. It's a fun, playful watch, to be honest with you. And if you want to wear something, for example, you're going to the UK, you're worried about getting mugged. Hopefully that won't happen. But if you're worried about that, you can't go wrong with this. Plus, it's just a beautiful piece. Omega swatch on the dial. I mean,
Do you have a moon swatch yourself?
no, I used
There you
to.
go.
I used to have
Do
two.
you have a moon swatch?
No, I don't.
Well, I do. I still have the Mars. Yeah.
I
love it, it's good
The Mission
fun.
to Mars.
Yeah.
That's the one that I bought, and then
And one tip, just get a different strap for it. The rubber straps are really nice. You
Yeah.
can get them cheap. And then the wearing experience is much different.
Yeah, I think putting them on a rubber strap really changes the watch.
So lovely then to wear.
The beauty with this whole set is 11 of them, isn't there?
Yeah,
They
11.
Released, so you can have that 11 days consecutively, different dials, different watches,
Yeah.
rubber straps and all.
Yeah. And if you get them at retail, this one is what, 10k, roughly 10,000 dirhams for
Yeah, yeah.
11.
All of them. All right.
So
That's our picks, right?
All right, great. So I think that's it. We've covered all the key watches and the top picks. I'll come back in here. And I don't think, do we have any questions or comments? All right, I think that's it. Thank you guys. As always, thank you for your top picks, for your choices. Definitely some interesting choices. Lots of divers, like you guys have said.
3 out of 4 of mine are divers.
Does Tudor feature in everyone's? Tudor
Yeah,
here,
Tudor.
Tudor here,
Tudor.
no Tudor here.
No.
And I'm a Tudor fanboy.
And he's
And you are a Tudor fan. We have Omega here, Omega here.
I'm
an Omega here.
Yeah,
you can't
see,
say.
yeah.
So
that we have everywhere.
And then there's a reference to Omega on here.
on the
Alaska
Alaska
Sea.
t-shirt.
So if you want to buy,
And can I say also, out of the 12 watches we have here, only one Rolex,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
and by the way, can I also add? I was trying not to choose a Rolex as well
I was
Why?
going with what I wanted.
Why are you trying not to choose one?
because the Rolex speaks for itself, right?
Embrace it if you like.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
like today I'm wearing a Seiko, like don't care, It's like
Nothing wrong with Rolex. Absolutely not.
nothing wrong with it. They're beautiful watches.
But they're easy. They market themselves.
No Milgauss? No one chose a Milgauss?
We have the other
We chose Milgauss last time.
You chose a Milgauss
Yes,
last
We had a
time.
big debate about the Milgauss last time.
I was going to
Are
choose
there any
that.
bids yet on the Milgauss? Now that's discontinued. I mean, somebody needs to pick it up.
You're not convinced on the Milgauss? Or you said?
No, I'm saying that somebody needs
Why
to pick it
haven't
up.
somebody
because
needs to
it's
pick it up. Yeah,
discontinued,
yeah.
correct.
They're trading now. This was the price it was on the previous auction,
Exactly,
where it was one, and it's gone up considerably since
Last
then. But I'm sure it'll pick up. All right, guys. Well, look, Hafs, Martin, Ralph, thank you so much. Good luck
Thanks,
with
buddy.
your podcast a bit later today.
And check it out, podcast Loom Plotters, as in the loom on the watch, right?
On all
the different
platforms.
Google,
Yeah.
Spotify,
Apple.
Apple Podcasts, whatever you listen to it on.
Yeah.
Looking forward to listening to it.
Perfect. Thank you so much, guys. We look forward to listening to it. Thank you. Have a blessed day and see you guys during the week.